Today I'm making this insanely useful zero clearance insert for the table saw. Something I'd say it's a must-have for any serious woodworker, and there is two major reasons to why that is. First, we have the tear out. The huge gap in standard table saw inserts offers almost no support for the fibers right next to the blade. But with a zero clearance insert, the workpiece is supported all the way up to the blade, which helps prevent the fibers from breaking loose. The result is much cleaner cuts. The second reason is support for small pieces. With the standard insert, thin offcuts can easily fall down into the saw. But since a zero clearance insert removes that gap, even very small cuts stay supported instead of dropping into the blade opening. It's surprisingly easy to make, and here's how you can make your own. The easiest way to do this is probably just to use a piece of plywood that has the same thickness as this insert. However, I decided to go with a piece of oak because the rest of my table is made of oak. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, so now we have the same thickness as this insert. Next thing I need to do is just to trace this insert and cut it out. Because of the fibers, it's really hard to see the line I draw here, so I'm going to do something else. Yeah, much better. Now I'm gonna rough cut the shape with a bandsaw, just slightly outside of it, and I could just use a jigsaw as well, but it goes faster with a bandsaw. Now they don't have the exact same shape yet. To get that, I'm gonna use double adhesive tape. So tape this on here and then use a router to trim off everything that goes outside of the original insert. Before I insert this insert in this hole, I need a way to get it out. As you can see on the, yes, this way, this old piece, I have this grip here. So if I just make a hole in that location, then it should be just fine. To make this hole a lot nicer to put my finger into, I'm gonna run over these edges. I noticed that this bump over here will interfere with this insert plate when I put it down. So what I need to do is to remove some material on the back of this insert plate so it can go all the way down. I also noticed that this knife holder is going a bit further up than I thought it would do. So I need to remove some material for this blade holder as well. I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing I did with this bump over here. I also noticed that some of this fabric here is going quite high up. I'm not really sure if that will actually push. Nah, I think it will be fine. Maybe over here, but here I have already removed a lot of material, so it should be fine. Okay, so I messed this up quite bad, but I think I can solve it. The problem I have here is that right around here is one of those leveling screws that I need to use, and I need to have material for that to actually work. So what I should have done is go around it like that, so I still had material to screw in. So what I need to do now is pretty much remove all this and then glue another piece here so I have something to screw in. We can say this, right? See if it actually goes in. Oh, look at that. It's still, something is still catching. Just fabric, but to push. Yeah, I can't have that, can I? I think I'm gonna remove here as well, so this fabric won't poke at it. Yeah. Okay, so I removed plenty of material here, so there should be nothing in the way now. And yet there is. How? Where? Oh, it's over here and just a tiny bit over here. Okay, so now I have removed a lot more, so this entire section is removed. Now, this should work. No wobbling. It's all below the surface. Ah, perfect. It's a little bit of movement like this, but that's fine. And the reason why that is fine is because this one also has movement. Now when that is in place, I need to add the leveling screws. So I need to add a block of oak right about here. Okay, so there's the small block glued in place. I just need to wait a few minutes now and I can plane this down. So I took a router bit and just trimmed it flush, and then the same on this outside, so yeah, there we go, problem solved. The next step is to transfer these screw holes onto this insert plate. And to do so, I have screwed them out a little bit, all these screws, so they're protruding out. They're quite sharp. And then I'm gonna align this as good as I can. Just put it on top like this. And now when they are all in place, I just hold this down and give it a light tap. This should have left mark now that I can use as pilot holes. So what I'm going to do now is to countersunk each screw and then screw with a smaller drill all the way through. Next up, we need to add these two prongs on the front of the insert plate. These two prongs prevent the blade from catching this insert plate and just throwing it in your face. So I go in like that, and as you can see, they don't come up. And the blade rotates, it comes up here and down here, so it catches here and tries to throw the plate if it can catch it. But as this is right now, it will just come flying in my face, so I really don't want that. To add these two prongs, I need to remove some material here on the top and then just glue them on there. I noticed something else when I was looking at these locations. They are very close to this screw here, But there's nothing really that prevents me from moving it closer to the middle. Well, there's some kind of weird gap here, but just a tad bit closer to the middle. That will give me more space for the prong to be installed on. Like that, yeah. That's good. So I just cut this little piece that goes right into this slot over here. And then I can just shape with a bandsaw exactly how I want the prongs to be. And obviously I need to plane this down so it's flush with the rest of the piece. So the glue is now fully dry and we need to shape this so it looks a little bit better. I might not have to do any prongs. This lip might just be good enough. Might have to clean this area up a little bit, but yeah. Okay, let's see if I can use the lip as is or if I need to add 2 prongs to it. Huh? Okay, wow, that's really good. It's really good fit. It goes just about as high as it should go as well. Ah, that's perfect. Okay, so the insert as it is right now is pretty useless because there's no slot for the blade. So what I need to do now is raise the blade. And after I made the slot for the blade, I need to extend it for the knife as well. Not really sure how to do it yet, but we get to that. Oh, I don't like this one bit. Actually, maybe it's a good idea to use the fence as a guide, so I don't put it down like that. I don't know, maybe. So if I just line it with the hole, yeah, that way I can be really sure that it goes directly into the hole. And like this, and then just lower it down. Not having the finger here because if it catches, it's bye-bye finger. So, put it like this. Just press against the fence, keep it straight, and just lower it down until here somewhere, and then just slowly. Alright, I can do this. Practice makes perfect. Something interesting happened here and there, and this insert started to come up. Something was pushing on it from the bottom, and I thought I had made way for everything, so it'll be interesting to see what it is. I think it's the fabric that has folded in a different way. Not sure yet. Let's have a look. There's nothing obvious. Actually, it's the fabric again. I think I got the blade even higher up now than I had it before, because it wasn't this much back then. If you take a look at the original piece, we can see that just around this area they were also very aware of this problem. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. You can see that my insert is lower than the original one. So in other words, the original one have an even larger problem than the one I just made. Interesting. So it might just be a slight saw design error or something like that. But then again, I'm not gonna have my saw that high up anytime soon, so yeah, I don't cut that deep, like ever. Okay, we're almost done now. Now we just need to make room for the knife. So this is where the knife will come up. Now I just need to extend this slot to over here. So how to do that in a good and controlled manner? I could just turn on the saw right now, but this feels so risky. And then pull it like so. Yeah, that's a stupid idea. So let's do this instead. Yeah, I like this a lot more. And then ooh, this is smooth. Now I just need to push this one all the way over here. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, that is perfect. Perfect. These screws are the leveling screws, and I have adjusted the length so they are never taller than this recess for the insert. See, there's plenty of space there. There we go, just coming out here on the bottom. Now we can screw these screws down to raise up the insert. And there you have it, a brand new zero clearance insert.